I'm going to do a little mini series based on how to make your closet a little bit better without spending any extra money. First, we're going to focus on photos. Why should you listen to me? I've got about 15 years retail experience, and I've been reselling for about a year and a half now, and I've learned a lot over the years, so buckle in. Background. Make sure your background is white if possible. With your background, you also want to make sure you use one background for all of your photos. If you have some hanging and some flat lay, make sure you have one background for hanging and one background for flat lay. Having one for each or one total will keep your closet looking cohesive. When you're hanging your clothes for photographs, make sure you use the same exact hanger for every photo. Picking a pretty one is best. You do not need to spend money on lighting. You can use natural daylight. No matter what lighting you do use, make sure there's no shadows coming across your clothing in the photos. When you take your photos, use the square mode on your phone. It helps make sure you don't cut off anything you want your buyers to see. When you do square photos on your phone, make sure that there is some negative space around the edges of your photo so that way nothing gets cut off. For pants, those are harder to do in square mode, but you can angle the legs up as such to make sure it's all within that square. These again are just options to prevent you from having to edit. When you take photos that are close-ups of the tags or any writing, make sure that you tap on the screen to ensure that the writing is legible and not blurry. That's a basic guide to photos for Poshmark without spending any extra money and having a nice visually cohesive closet. Hit me up with any questions below and stay tuned for the next part.